I'm bored. I'm a Bazan library at a sack lunch. At where's it? Salvation Army, and I got a list of resources to see if someone will pay my interest. I kind of like Albert Suarez, that was his name. I'm not a legal prostitute. He steals my money, he's a sex addict. El tipo es una basura, una asquerosidad. You can look happy to be how many Suarez on his sons that make me steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. It's April 14th. Charging. Anyways, it's April 14th, 2025. Donating a lot for Puerto Rico tomorrow, and I don't have money. Yo no me voy a casar por la iglesia católica para que me estén metiendo las liches en mi casa sin mi permiso. El tipo se cree que yo soy brutal. Ew. Que I needed to take him out on a date porque he already proposed to me. El tipo es un oportunista, una asquerosidad. What else? A sex addict. So gross. In the meantime, it's dating Miss money. Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel, plan and meet people ideally funny investment. You can give me money in person through PayPal and or GoFundMe. GoFundMe.com/Arlene-Lorenzi-Acevedo. PayPal is AR Blue Sky. Blue Sky Designs Go. No estoy pensando. Straight to my heart. Lorenzo Art. Shop. INTAYIAFAY. I'm tired shop. You can decapitate Benjamin Saracen citizens that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Do they stalk me? Full. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una ferocidad. My brother fell. I'm gonna eat at certain criollo tomorrow. You can decapitate today everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. Why is it so slow? I posted just a few minutes ago. What else? I'm coughing out of money. I'm on my period. I need money for bags. ASAP. What else? El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Benjamin Saracen sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. And then that's today. El tipo lies to people and says that he's married to me. He's an opportunist stealing money from people. Vende illegally supuestamente en droga, no de FBI. And illegal drugs are sold. Illegal prostitutes are self-identified. Yeah, 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 yeah. Had I not signed in? Awesome. I want to receive money now. Sorry. I don't use that for the homeless. There's a bag that I was offered food because I have an apartment, but I don't have electricity in my apartment, so I can't cook. And I like cereal that much. So all I saw on top of the bag was the box of cereals. I had to find that. I was doing stock lunch today. Today said essentially it's like I'm homeless and I have electricity in my apartment. What else? What else? What else? Que no me digas tú a mí que eso no es un chinchorro. Have you seen the size of that place? For real. For real. What? Oh, that wasn't an insult either. Because some people may be shocked. And I want chinchorro yarn retaining money. So some people does the aesthetics of a chinchorro. Not to me. Not to me. To me, it's like a hole in the wall. What else? I'm so bored. So bored. Apparently, the owners of that place may have stayed in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicle, steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. Kill them then. I don't mind not having food. Esa gente son unos puercos y unos puercos. Ese tipo es una basura. What else? 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 Qué terrible, gente, qué terrible. No son hombres, no son hombres. Though you may have other motives for this account. Si fuera hombre me daba mi dinero ya. What else? What else? What else? What else? I want free Wi-Fi from Philo Coffee. You can give me money today. Or did everyone gasp in 2020 when reading this? Él tiene un jueguito con Erica Garda Visteo que solamente ellos pueden comprar en Nordstrom. Esta gente son unos puercos, pero when I say that they're the worst, they're the worst. ¿Dónde dice ahí que yo estoy peleando por el pene de un hombre? En ningún lado, porque yo no peleo por pene de hombre. Estas tipas son unas puercas que si pudieran abrirme literalmente la tota y dig my face in it, they would try to rape me. Son una asquerosidad. Son una asquerosidad. Y él es un puerco. Él es un puerco. Trying to get females to rape me. Es una basura. Es una basura. Yo lo quiero matar en self-defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyway. I was like, there's this. Anyway, what's mine? So he enlists my sister to keep tabs of who stays in my homes without my permission and steals my vehicle, so I'm obligated to die in an apartment alone without food and electricity. So I purposely didn't talk to them privately in 2020. For that reason, they open group chats and they're like, mira la pantalla tan linda que vende esta. And 5 conversations later with the same person or privately, they're like, pues esa muchacha se está quedando en tu casa. También trabaja en Carbon Library, so ten cuidado. Esta otra, mira, no vende nada. Pero entonces esta trabaja en Central Library, allí hay free wifi, cuidado allí. Este muchacho trabaja en South Flores Pizza y en HEB en South Flores hay free wifi, ten cuidado allí. Y el ten cuidado allí van amenazando a uno. That one will show up to places and one would be startled instead of like having some substance. We'll be like, oh, that noise is here. What else? I don't know. Maybe I would have Who have I not called out of these people? It's top loaded. It's such a loop. So, I need money for pads for my period and then ahí está. And the case manager, I think. I got those cherries. Possibly. Let's see if they help with house to electricity bills. What else? I purposely missed Sonia Alvaro Chapman telling me you were never the one for him. Tell me about it. It's trying to starve me to keep my generational wealth. Why would I spend 5 years behind the scenes being like, so que hace canjito hoy con mi dinero que me roba mientras yo tengo hambre y no tengo nada y tienen que nadie tan separado y separada de mí? Modelándole a ella para ella masturbarse later privately. Son unas puercas, son unas asquerosidades. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Sonia Alvaro Chapman, you can decapitate Erica Gardapi, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his sons that are making steal my money, you can decapitate that Lina girl, whatever. Oh, didn't you have to ask her for permission to sell your artwork there? Ha ha ha, ella me mama el pene. En tu casa, sin tener permiso de esta y mátate. El tipo es un cuero. Uf, una asquerosidad. What else? What else I have to CPS Energy? I don't recognize people in the moment. And anyways, I was there just to sign up to sell my artwork database. He's the one boasting behind the scenes that he has me running around like a Barbie instead of in an orgy with people that I would like to be with. He's not even a man to understand that one has sex with oneself and one loves oneself. So como él no siente ese amor por sí mismo, él me quiere matar. You can give me money today. What else? 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 Anyways, you can also pay for my electricity. My phone number is 210-668-9169. The account number or my CBS account is. Congratulations to Denise and David Lorenzo Suarez and Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons on their arranged marriage decades ago. Dan un asco, gente, dan un asco, son unos brutos, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate La Leech, Denise and David Lorenzo Suarez is trying to rape me. You can decapitate the Albert, Alex, Andrew Suarez, que dan un asco. Lo dejan vivir a una, tratando de violar a una. Es un puerco, una asquerosidad. Y lleva violando más de 30 años. Mátenlo hoy. I've been starving for more than 30 years. Mátenlo hoy. That's my account number right there. What else? 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 I texted good morning today. Get on here. What else? 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 I want coffee. And I only have money for pots for my menstrual period today. Excuse me. Then let me tell you, I purposely missed 5 years plus of Ninita me dijo this, Evelyn me dijo this, Gilbert me dijo this. They're so ignorant, full. They're trying to rape me with my siblings, and because I refuse to do that, they want to make my siblings the middleman person in a conversation to make it seem like he's raping me. So este tipo no tiene ni social skills, es una basura. Ew, 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 ew. So everything that he would like to say to me, he would like to say it to me through my siblings are mentioning my siblings all the time, terrorizing me that my siblings want to rape me. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I want to receive money today through PayPal or my GoFundMe campaign. What else? 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 Ew, he thought that people like would band together to tell me, but Arlene, you can't shop at Nordstrom. Or you shouldn't shop at Nordstrom. El tipo es un puerco porque behind the scenes he possibly like does the bedtime story to people of how he violates my rights and he may have supporters, but why don't they show up publicly? Because they know deep down that what they're doing is wrong. No one's that dumb. And I've been saying to people, warning for decades, beware, he wants you to get caught up in the public dime directe so that you get the death penalty to hide that he's the one that has attracted these leeches into my life. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm starving right now. And I don't have money for food. That's all I have. And a few. And I need pods for my period. I need a new wallet. So, what are those HEB? I'm dying this month. Oh, excessive bleeding. That's what I don't feel like without money. HEB menstrual pads. Esta gente que le paga to pretend to be me are disgusting. Ellas se matan por saber if I use tampons or si se quitan de prostituirse ilegalmente con él porque they're like, I can't without a tampon in my ass. Is that what he says to them? Ese tipo, I have a feeling que es un puerco. Que behind the scenes se le prostituye a ellos haciéndose pasar por mí y me roba mi dinero. That's why they never get to the engagement party. That's why they never get anywhere. Ew, ew, ew. You can decapitate Richie Hill. I don't know if that's his name. You can decapitate Benjamin Saracen. So sons that rape me and steal my money and get no ever say money. So there's what does a long ones. Overnights too. What else? 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 I think they're $3.99. The last time I checked, they're a little over $4. They're a little over $4. They used to be like $39. Oh, but on the website they are a little over $4. Either way, if this were to be the most expensive price. Oh, I want to order food for myself to be delivered here. Who's gifting me money right now? So, I may not have, but at least I have a 4. Okay. What else? 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 So 7, 8, maybe. I'll get to that. Not money for food. Oh, chocolate. What else? What else? What else? 2 people like this post 0 are watching. What else? Enjoy money. Just browsing to the Chinchorros page. What else? Él está enojado porque yo no estoy haciendo pasteles desde mi apartamento y vendiendo eso. Cuando yo digo que el tipo es un puerco, el tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on the sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Esos tipos son una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? They're trying to rape me still? Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What am I up to? I'm sending. That's good. Anyways, I'm sending a message to people. My GoFundMe campaign, my PayPal account, so my GoFundMe campaign won't be obsolete. That's why I did that. I had a feeling that because I'm a victim of extreme abuse, that if I have to cancel my GoFundMe campaign for some reason right now, I don't have any money in my savings account, that then people can still give me money through PayPal if they like. And when I sent those messages to thousands of people, I included my PayPal account for a lot of people. What else? What else? What else? What else? So my work no fue en vano. What else? 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 Bored. I'm bored. That's pretty. What is that? Those are really pretty. That's really pretty. What else? 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 What's bored? I want to visit the beach next week. Who's gifting me money? Esa. You can decapitate my homie, Suarez and assistance that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your saving money. Anyways, my dad, I think, funded his assisted suicide in Switzerland, and he doesn't want to take that. He's trying to kill me for no reason. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Starving. Because he wants to try and he wants to play judge. He wanted me to move into my parents' home, play visitation rights lawyer, tipo un puerco. That's why he killed Gloria Nilsson. Porque Gloria Nilsson didn't fix the home so that the kids would go on to live with Gloria Nilsson Ramo if they were separated from me, for him to meet them there and visit y meterse en la casa de Lorena y se llama. El tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. He has no rights over my life or my children. To me, él es un pendejo. He's not even their third cousin. Ew, ew, ew. So I have no plans of ever introducing Jane and Kilani to these leeches. I don't talk to them in more than 30 years. They're disgusting. This leech, again, lo invitó a mi baby shower. Ew, Edgar organized a baby shower for me in Florida when I was pregnant with Jaden. And as I was leaving, one of them was there, arriving to the place. A la casa de Jennifer Bonilla, que es en el Ligo Prostitute. That's why when Edgar, we crossed paths, I'm like, oh my God, that guy's so beautiful. Pero why do I think that he's hurtful and I'm not a bigot? So Edgar said, you're gonna see him again because I almost started crying. It's like, you're gonna see him again. And in my mind, I'm like, no, I'm not. Uy, él está entrando a la casa de Jennifer Bonilla en el Legal Frost. Never, 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 never. Ew. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons, then have raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Vitalina Carrero. You can decapitate Miriam Carrero. You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla. You can decapitate Elizabeth Munoz. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Edgar Munoz Carrero for stealing Jaden's and Kilani's child support money. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate everyone that has caused my anxiety, my depression, and my poverty and my homelessness. Qué gente tan puerca. I see this picture, I'm like, I love this dish. What else? 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 There's someone at Ritz that has stayed in my homes without my permission or steals my money, or he's profiled. He's trying to literally get me to be in a room without electricity and dying of starvation. So that's why I don't stop visiting places, even though he's possibly positioned like everyone in the staff or the people that visit to be people that he's raped or that have raped him or people that steal from me. I don't talk to anyone. I wasn't seeking who stays in my homes without my permission back then when I lived with my parents either. You can decapitate Janice Vega. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of my receiving. What else? 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 And leeches still be leeching him then? Full, 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 full. Oh, porque they brag. They're like, how is she gonna prove that leeches still be leeching? With my words. My sister Madeline translates for them while she tries to kill me. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. Marilyn says to me, you might as well be raping me, mamándome tota ilegalmente. At sitting in a room or a group chat in the future, saying, when does Arlene get here? When does Arlene? Ew, 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 ew. I know how to use my words, he knows that. What else? What else? What else? What else? Pokemon behaves appropriately. What else? What else? What else? I want Filo coffee today. I've had it before, so good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's good for some people to be repetitive. Meaning, cuántas veces he mencionado Filo Coffee here y no le he hablado a nadie behind the scenes para que se dejen la ilusión esa estúpida de que me van a robar, me van a violar. What else? What else? What else? I feel so good, but right now I need to tan. And I don't love this picture. I just love the filter that I use. Did I edit it with Instagram? Possibly. Oh, and I'm like, toda virada. For real? Oh, this was an outtake, most definitely. An outtake. What else? 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 El tipo es un bruto y qué closet. Anything on it? Anyways, let him go finish. Not maybe. What do I have in my pantry or my fridge that I want? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They steal my money. They get in the way of me receiving money. They stay in my homes without my permission. Gustavo Cáceres, if I'm not mistaken, drove my BMWs and I didn't. That I know that I didn't. I've had at least 4 BMWs since I was 19 in 1999, and I've yet to drive them. As I'm typing, I remember all of it, but it's like so much and the wrong people. I don't need to be like, no, deja de ser pendejo si yo no recuerdo todo lo que tú me haces. I just don't talk to anyone about it. And I didn't think that it would be necessary to bring it up. Well, everyone's like, oh, I'll get a book soon, possibly. Sembrando Bandule for the first time back in 2020. Is that tipa una leech? Oh, have you seen her with Matt Martinez? All of them. Ellos son una asquerosidad. Estos tipos son unos puercos, una basura. Qué cafrería de gente. Oh, qué cafrería de gente. Oh, olvidó lo más importante. You can decapitate. That's much more accurate. Oh, for real. Had I had known or remembered that there's a hate crime going on towards me by these leeches, I would have had this written on a Google Note and be like, copy and paste. Some people are not. I'm like, what is going on here? Entiendo conmigo mismo. Que si high risk, que si es de creer, business investors, like, oh, I'm going to say that you talk about that, oh. Yeah. Gustavo es el lover. De hecho, que lover ni lover, si esa casa shouldn't have even been built. El tipo que sí tiene tanta experiencia, pero es mayor que yo. Oh, you win it right there too. It's like one goes on virgin, one doesn't want to hear que ya lo ha hecho todo con otra gente. El tipo es un bruto. Unless it comes up on a date that one says, yeah, I've been to every sex lover. Pero a ver si they're trying to treat me as if I'm Latina poor, que inepta, illiterate. Ew, 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 ew. What was I looking for? I was here yesterday. And I want to look for a book from vegetable holiday. Oh, the cafe. Yeah. Nena, hablando de tanta biblioteca en San Antonio y tú no aprendiste nada. Es what Ramón le dice mientras le mama el pene. Le dieron sitio para que de verdad practique y yo aprenda a ser sabio sexual o respete. Y no aprende. No aprende. Bueno. So, what was I doing? Oh, writing my pasta. I'm gonna see if there's a book about COVID here. But I'm gonna get pizza. I thought there's pizza. I'm just gonna, for the name, I'm just gonna say Corona. Out of your place. Can I somewhere? No library or not. There's COVID-19 for dummies. I can't pick which library. Yeah, location. There's nothing here. Here in the top of this, I have Lorenzo. People made waste women's all that because they stole my money to take you and they wanted to rape you. And they changed the cycle of elders that were already having sex with them prior to moving born. en Luis Lorenzo Mondela. Yeah, Maritza lives the president. No se mata que se mata. Pero Juan has slight compassion for that guy. Because like I wasn't, I asked to be born, and I didn't ask to Mama Mila Tuta o Mama Hermela right after my birth without consent, and now they're like stuck brincándole ese pene que lleva mamándole la tota desde que era bebecita. Well, there was conflict. So parties I was sitting next to him, I'm like, how are you? Porque ni es mi culpa, but she hates me. Pero tampoco es culpa de ella, porque they started her in that, but I'm gonna stay. I mean, I didn't. I just didn't. So I'm seeing that I'm different money from others. And if there's that case, I was thinking it could be it could be the same concept. The ya ellos llevaban mamándole la tota desde bebé and they fall in love maybe. And then they're like, what do you mean? Arlene me está violando. Who the fuck is Arlene? Que tiene que ver Arlene no vive en mi casa. What else? 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 I'm so bored. So when Luis Lorenzo died, I was working at City and Census Stand was there, and I'm like, you killed him. And then I go, it was about 23. Y que me dejaba que con carreras, entonces no fue una porca. Ya se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Me robó mi vehículo, me robó mi dinero, me robó mi cartera, mis roles. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. Ese tipo es un asco. Un puerco todo día. I don't want that. I don't want this leash near me ever. I'm so happy that he may be the airport from here. I don't want him near me ever. That's such a tease. Truly, this is good for the red one. Oops, yes, let me start. Let me keep this. That's the ham that I just got earlier too. Seems like it. What else? 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 I need money, gente. I need money. You can. Everyone that steals my money gets in the way of me receiving money. That stays in my homes without my permission. That steals my vehicles. What else? What are these? Oh, it doesn't have pictures. That is not a bad idea. Is that almond butter good or peanut butter? What butter? I thought mine was almond butter, but I think I found that. So I think I got naked from the I What else? Please spare me the champion looks so great in Armani and Clark. Singing over Armani, she's never not providing for us, but she's always stressed out. Armani always she's talking around with those clothes. No sé, carro ese no es el maldito puerco, no me diga que está por ahí en mi carro, lo robó. ¿Dónde está la llave de mi garaje? Let's head over to the ¿Por qué cambiarlo, no? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's so good. Thank you. It's good. I don't know this person. She might be someone because I don't know her. I know things. Oh, he developed the rest of his life after. Oh my god. ¿Cómo fueron hermoso y el tipo salió de diapers literalmente a la edad de 13, 10, 8 años y todavía no entiende lo que es el hombre? I love this. We're not Trader Joe's. One year and onions. So good. Ahí está la novia de él. Ahí está la novia de él. What, what else? Oh, you're trying to retrain my brain. Y si lo matan y me dan mi dinero, pero posiblemente the feeling of like when you touch the book, like it has this disease on it. But then you see the pictures of the food and you're like, oh, food, food, people. Oh, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This happens before I heard. What else? What else? Good thing they already make something delivered. Oh, that's good too. White pizza and spinach. I don't think I can make that. Yeah, I always thought I didn't make it. What else? That's actually one that I would try. I would try this. I would try that. What else? 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 Oh, they're trying to kill me before I go places in alguna tan más corriente porque tries the area Birmingham to factory Atlantic City and Hummer Dynamic and no se entere. Yo no pienso en él nunca. Salió de diapers at the age of 13, 10, 8 y todavía no sabe lo que es ser un hombre. This is so good. This is so good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is good. Honey, what's up? Vamos a ver un poco de fish. What else? 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 Anyways, you can the competition. You don't know the songs. Sort of trying to write DJ and get money. You can the competition. You can the songs. Posiblemente yendo, posiblemente el quito no fueron. Pero cuando yo digo que lleva hablando como por 30 años, es que I'm victim one, I'm witness one. He stole my money, so he and I couldn't pay. And then he went on to rape me in my bedroom and tell me all about his. So you can decapitate him and tell us some direct wisdom and get low mercy. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission. Everyone that steals my vehicles. Everyone that steals my money. Everyone that gets in the way of everything. I cannot tell you. So I'm getting already. No, I'm and it's more I mean that. So, things. I'm tagging Interpol, tagging the US Department of Homeland Security, I'm tagging the International Criminal Court, even though the International Criminal Court exists. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. You can decapitate me how many citizens rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. It's April 14th, 2020. Sue people so that people correct their behavior. That's the disgusting. Them to die. I don't see them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, they complicated my everything. You can decapitate me, how many citizens of sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. What else? 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 I'm bored. Yeah, when I said urgent, I should have received money already. 54 minutes if this were my husband. Unless he's dead. What else? April 1st, I'm taking the left 14 because I'm taking the left for after steals my money. Oh, so I'm gonna get back. Publishing company also one day. Like I didn't start this. It's like he started in December. That money going him. Every time that she got on his stage, he was like, see it, see it, the company, see it. And you would think about that girl super like that girl. That's how people describe him today. For himself. Zero people watching them like this book. No way. My siblings have them all as hostages in the church. Wait, ew, I can't kill myself with this screen. What is this? So, there his siblings cause them for everything. And so then, what else? Because there's the FBI tip form, and there's the FBI tip on this case of terrorize my parents because I already don't have a set of grandparents that are like according to parents. And I just wanted to meet me at home. I just really have to pay our yeah, it's scary. Anyway, so he bullied me, he steals from me, he gets in the way of me receiving money, he wants me to compare my closet to the girls that had grandmas, not just one grandma. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad, no sabe con banco, lo que es un cheque, lo que es online banking, una tarjeta de débito, el tipo es un puerco. Pues yo nací solitario. What else? 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 You can become a potato. Means what it says. It says that right means steal my money and get in the way of me saving money. It's considered squirts. Is my eye okay? And it's got all the money that I have. And like to say it's not even $7 and some cents. I don't need to buy pounds for my period today. Anyways. Capital has 18. Over to open a savings account and need money. No fee bank accounts. Yes, I'm reading. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I need money ASAP. Though if there's not warning that my account may be closed, I'll just ask them to keep it open for a little while if they can. What else? 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 Yes. I have gotten there, and if I have to close my USD account, I'll send an FBI tip form and some people to steal from me. They want to break acres so badly that they want me to lose any connection that I have with Baker. So she steals from me, gets into this is a nobody to Baker. This is a nobody to Baker. And she gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, and they too. But I don't tener like the account conmigo. Dame las plantas una basura, son una basura. La coalition intermediaria de San salió de toda nuestra opinión a lo de nuestro entiende que había que sobre the increase of sons everything money and money you can accommodate you can accommodate you can accommodate ignorance that another associates in economic stress. How much is one to open the savings account? O porque él se cree que una se pone en el pene de él y yo no tengo planes de hacer eso nunca. Yo puse, yes, ay, que me da, yes, por real, tipo tan bruto. Mira, qué puerca de gente maldita sea, mátenlo already. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew. Qué tipos tan puercos. Ew. No. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, that's what I was thinking. Um, thank you for that. Anyways, you can kill the couple messages if you have one. estoy aquí en la foto. Mi realidad es que yo voy a pelear por todo que no me quiera a mí. Todas, de like, si ella supiera que ella puede estar en Francia literalmente dando que alguien pueda que le mame la fruta bien rico y ella que I lure her in. Y ella, pero devuélveme, pero devuélveme. Ew, that's what they dream of. Que una pierda el tiempo y con cada devuelve le violan la tota a una, entonces. You can decapitate the Miguel and so sweaters and everything. You can decapitate. I mean, that's trying to break me. You can decapitate when I'm inside of the sounds. The everything is coming money. And my home is on my vehicle. Well, they don't take anything serious until the concept, you know. Oh, okay, I'm supposed to imagine. Then I might have that again. I got to do it my bedroom. It's one of them. Like, it was still about that thing. Decades ago. In my parents' home. Sitting in that phone to forget myself. Ellos pierden el tiempo así. En la belleza. Digo a la patria. Decimos que es a la patria. Así digo la dicha. Wow, pero le dice la palabra yo. O piensa la palabra de. Y can decapitate con largas. Y can decapitate con identidades suaves. What else? 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 What is it? Something. Really? Gustavo Cáceres again something. What else? What else? I'll do it on my laptop. What else? 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 Lord. The grapes. What else? Behind the scenes that yeah, I took screenshots. I knew they would delete the post when they all showed up to the food stamps post and people keep trying to like, oh, they don't. What else? What else? What else? The people who people who shareholders are even who believe is that we would think about him. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it tries to run conversations that I bring, which belittle fueron a yeah, 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 yeah. And they have to I don't think I've seen this playing since you try. They couldn't see this people that we play. What is it, baby? Independent? Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that is to be relaxed. I think that has immunity to self-defense, at least some of them. What else? Oh, he was in every group chat with me. He was in every. Oh, oh. Anyways, I heard that Arm said that. He was in every group chat with me. This works. There's a human rights link. I can't look at what I just said in that post. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So they're disgusting. This is so scary again. Que le pongan un hilo en una vaina en la vagina. What else? 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 Oh, I love them. So many phone calls. What I'm posting. You are chas behind the scenes como un gallinero constantly. Yeah. What else? 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 So they're laughing. They're like, I want to see them. I say that doesn't make sense. Her name's on the title of the home, isn't it? What else? 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 Yeah. How can he never give me $6,000 a month? If my parents gave him artwork a trust, even if it was a paid trust, again, those gotta start spreading your money that's legally and give me my money back. Esta tipa es una puerca, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. That's the wife, gente. That's the wife. Estos tipos son unos puercos. Les digo que son una basura, son peor con cerdo, con marrano. Ew, ew, ew. Was on my way to do something here. Did they make him cry? He said, I was there with her over those chats for until you see what she says. Delusional, was it? And some people witnessed that. He told me I was going to beg him to have sex. Even the capitate may have me and daughters and sons that were raping me and steal my money and get in the way of your ceremony. So exhausted. Gonna stay at a hotel tonight. Kinda like when I made that phone. And I was typing to Sonia. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm sending this entire conversation to Nick and Babe. Sorry. What does Medicaid have to do? I need money for food. Is I just on that? You can decapitate can be really hard, but we fall. I need what's his name again? Oh, I'm typing. That's why I don't discuss behind the scenes with them. Okay, maybe in a group chat, and I'll be like, oh, there he is. That's not how I want to really go through life. So, uh, group, comment. Yeah, yeah. She killed me. You can decapitate the young man. Well, eso no, porque mientras estén actuando pensando todas estas personas, they allow that to be. They show up y we as groupies. Ew, oh, ew, ew. Here, give me the knife and I'll kill her myself. I'm feeling saying how Ramirez in self-defense Sunday. What else? What else? What else? What else? Someone that wasn't even on my radar. What else? What else? So terrible with all these comments. You have good sex with yourself. Yeah, yeah, but one can't even bring that up because they're sex addicts. So they're like, wait, what? You want to have it? They're so disgusting. Uh, did you not see the dishes that Jaden came on here used to steam their adult parents eat? Man, this was some good chicken. I didn't take pictures of everything else that was commented there. Face to my laptop. Screenshots to that broken page. You can compensate me and made us other sons and sons that raised me and steal my money and getting away with your same money. I think their names are Andrew, Alex, Albert, Basura, Querosidad, qué tipo tan feo, qué puerco, ojalá se mate el mismo hoy. What else? 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 Lord. You pay them to pretend that you're interested in him behind the scenes like a one. I'd had to be interested in him in the first place to feel any kind of hurt, and I don't. When I was 3 years old, one of these leeches walked towards Diligent Daliris Lorenzo Suárez y que para casarse con ella. El otro, I don't think it's pictured there. So I'm like, I'm done. Ay, esto no lo presente más nunca. They don't know there are men inside. good people, division that it is gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And then this leech as a teen showed up in my parents' home to laugh at me that I couldn't have his penis because he didn't that it is one. You can decapitate my means or as soon as the sun's out make me and steal my money and get the money you're saying money. They're so disgusting. I don't want them in my life. I don't want them in my life. So this is what's the library. So I'm there. We're gonna go outside. Meet at the door. What the okay. So we love you. Thank you. Meet at the door. And if I adjusted the pen, I could have the person almost deliver it to the table. Well, delivers here. What if the fucking Puerto Rican rose. I don't think I've tried this. Which ones? The office, just the delivers. Nice. Oh, but Lunaros is closing. It's here. The Marina, maybe Gordon, where I'm not deliver. I'm like, Marina. The Marina is they're not here. Park Street. Oh, let's go for that I want then. Lemmings would be a good idea. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is why she gets the job at the grocery store and brings the $30 dish and it's in front of the coworkers. It's like I need my money. What else? 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 You can decapitate this. I say you can decapitate Wanda Lorenzo. I suffer from amnesia, so I had to go on to get paid to remember the names of the people that steal from me. That legal guy, you can decapitate. I don't remember his last name. You can decapitate Alvin Acevedo. So basically, I got myself a part-time super fucking okay on here. What are the names of these fools? Look at this doesn't stop ever. They don't stop disrespectfully. I need my money, I need my vehicles. I may want to stay in my own house when he's not there. He doesn't know how to be a roommate. Yeah. Four. Dan un asco, you can decapitate. Is it Lopez, Rosalinda Lopez? You can decapitate, what's her name? Vargas. You can decapitate Suheili, whatever. You can decapitate Omaira Matias. You can decapitate Benjamin Soros and his sons and everything. Steal my money and get money. You can decapitate that Robert guy, that Amaury guy, La Cosa. ¿Quién más? What else? 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 So much hair. So good too. Those are come with them. Look at chips. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What's her name? What's her name? You can decapitate somebody. Yes. You could decapitate her. What is it? The hires in la cooperativa. La guarda. El departamento entero de contabilidad. En la cooperativa de guarda. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate and be something right here. So many money and get me away with it. Does that make it creepy for you? Like it's creepy. At your place before. And I'm going to think if I give you something. But they'll still paying for the hours at the company. They're probably what else? It's in me too. I'm starting my I should have worked that niche because I needed to get paid. This is rough. Worse than this stuff. I even think I already have something like that. One, the one that I was you can decapitate one that I you can decapitate the means for the sense of sense, that make me that's in my money and get me. I think it goes right on my head like I didn't give it back. You can decapitate mother, he knows me don't she stays in my home without my permission. Steals my vehicles, that's in the automatic safety skills my video. Oh, God, well, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, you can decapitate the guy that was so ugly. He was in my marketing class in Cora and worked in the marketing department in La Cooperativa de Guadalajara. They're like everywhere. Well, I didn't have money for food, I didn't have outfits, I didn't have my vehicles. I couldn't even complete my degree, and that's important to me. You can decapitate them how many sons that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. Beep, beep. Oh, la gente se cree que es un hombre porque se baña. Fo, 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 fo. El un cuerpo, una asquerosidad, una basura. Pero no, también. Ay, pero aguanta. And this year, I was like, really, I could do it all to introduce themselves to dating community like the peasants that they are. What else is Jaden his harmony suit in court last week saying la señorita Traverso esa me trató de violar. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's go. You can decapitate Lidali's daughters if she is in my hands without my permission. Gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, and steals my money. Anyway, you can let me this is gonna offer those leashes. I've been stealing from me for decades. Could make drink it if it makes you all die, including herself. Does she have good chance of that still? What else? What else? What else? What else? Decades ago, her dad said to her, "You need to kill yourself for abusing Early and stealing from Early. Like, this is dangerous, scary. You're not even behaving like a daughter to me." And she said, "Yeah, but first, let me get them to drink the Kool-Aid." Like, that was support. Fíjate que sí, el que trabajaba en farmacia, 2 años con my permission. Steals my vehicles, gets in the way of nursing money, steals my money. Eres que me abre el culo, le regala mi dinero. Él es un puerco, my personal money from ventures of him and I painting together. For a relationship he went on. He's already crazy. So he went on to use the money incorrectly at tipo un puerco. They know pictures of the time. Just what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Lord, I'm Lord. I'm starving. You can decapitate Brittany Ackerson. You can decapitate Monica Chapman. You can decapitate Erica Gardafi. You can decapitate Morgan Hanley. You can decapitate how many insiders and assassins that rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of your family. That Erica Gardafi is so dumb. She wants to see me in court to see who has a better outfit. Who arrives mejor acompañada porque she's arriving with that by her 5, 6 decades ago. You know, like, language or oh, where will I have to testify? If I have to testify, or will these videos suffice? Anyways, this isn't truly what I want. I want a sandwich. Like a good sandwich. Anyways, they delivered to the library. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I'm bored. Anyways, what kind of speech impair with all that bullying? privately and then publicly. They told the Tegan Gillard Eva show up and identify herself. So that's the difference between Puerto Ricans and that they stay in one's homes, they steal one's money without permission, they se montan en Maserati de una sin permiso de una, son unas pruebas que no son justices, pero ellos no comentan públicamente abiertas. Eso tiene que dar un más que posiblemente trying to get peleando y por él. Cuando like, esta es mi necesidad, no es. There's a difference. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, okay. Was to make it seem awesome. Heading over Catholic charities to get out of intercession. So commerce. I'm not a legal prostitute, so you decapitate me. I mean, citizens. That steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. So people political they want to be socialites. Yeah, never stick around that. 242 it is. Possibly. What else? 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 La mitad de la gente que trabaja en la Baxter se quedó en mi casa sin mi permiso. You can decapitate them. What else? 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 Or if there's anyone. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, that steals my vehicles, that gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money usually they work at places like these. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't recognize anyone because I don't keep track. of anything. I'm always living my life. Y el tipo es un cuero, he's a sex addict, se lo ha corrido con cojones, la gente dice. Una asquerosidad de gente saying to me, your husband slept with me last night. Yo no sé de dónde sacaron que él está casado conmigo, él no está casado conmigo. Fo, 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 fo. Ew, 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 ew. He ruined my 40th birthday. Decades ago, saying to me that I would be spending with least Lorenzo casado conmigo. Y that wasn't it, porque yo decido lo que hago. Es un cuero asqueroso. You can decapitate Miss Lorenzo tried to rape me when I was 14. El tipo es un bruto asqueroso. You can decapitate Benjamin Patterson, sons that raped me and steal my money and give me away and never see your money. Like a small was drawing the father out. Esse tipo de coisa que não sei. Yeah, you can look how these other systems are being my money doesn't have to listen money. Everyone is in my home for my promotion. Be a consequence get some money what else? Yeah, that's only how but for them girls, that's why I like to stay alone. And I don't like friends. Ew. You can decapitate enemies, but if an assistance right there, you can decapitate everyone. If people with permission, this feels like you're both having dinners and that's you can probably be relevant to the decapitate that. Oh, this is good for some people. So some it doesn't make a difference. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, because they're like, what else do I need to do to be on that dick? What else? What else? What else? I think that was my flight, and I think that was my flight. What else? What else? What else? What else? Y tú las viste anoche todas, cómo se mamaron las tetas. Él entre ellas. En this person no parece no tengo cuatro diagramos. He's a rapist. He's a kidnapper too. So a terrorist. What else? What else? What else? Sentences. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, God. I'm slow as fuck, London. I'm slow as fuck. And it even worth the source of to see the suicide. Even Switzerland, Tech, Asian Bali también. And they used to do that. There was customers help. Anyway, I doesn't want to get her famous. I'm with him. But I'm uh, starving one person. What else? The Brutalist. I haven't watched this. Triangular family people. Ideally, what else? What else? What else? What else? If they don't make sense to me, that is gonna bother me when I don't have money for things. So, something of her was a child when I met her. Really, I never felt that she has some good a lot of just my age And when I was 25, 7, and they were little, and they never changed. So you can decapity Sabrina Carpenter. She stays in my home without my permission, steals my gifts, gets in the way of my family, or steals my money. I just love this one. What else? What else? What else? I want to. Assistance. I need to approve and everything. Even the competition is what is assistance and we can my money, getting ready for seeing staying my home with competition is showing me able to keep there's something left. What else? What else? His funerals and then, so his death, his wife, if I'm financially stable, doesn't affect me. Overall, officer of his size, they know with how he stalks you. What else? Fried chicken today. No, seriously, I want to cook for myself. Once I'm financially stable, I plan to unfriend these people and then keep posting alone or adding people that I'm actually compatible with. These people are terrorists. They're disgusting. Son una basura la gente. Fo, 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 fo. Esa es la única manera que she'll look pretty to him, gente. Destruyéndome a mí. And I'm not even interested in him. La tipa es una bruta asquerosidad. I made that decision when I was 3 to never have a relationship with him because he picks leeches to rape and let himself get raped. I'm like, I want no part in that man's life. I would never want a baby with that too. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, I need to change my powder on my period. What else? 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 Es no te sentí que tengo rota, ¿vale? No lo saben. Lo que hace falta es respeto. Ay, como dice, pase la noche, pero hace amor. Y no puedo poner juntitas así, baby, girl. Mientras todo esté caliente, y I'm not my period. El tipo fuera una asquerosidad. He steals my money to make it a point that I can still get a beach. El tipo es un puerco. I'm gonna kill him one day. I want to kill him myself, but I'm not that. dedicated to that. So I've turned off behind this post so that the U.S. Department of Justice kills him for me. What else? 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 Oh, fuck TV. You can decapitate me on Baker now. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I say the best is want to fix the decapitating the decapitación. They're trying to kill me when I was 7 years old. Today. So, yeah, I was like 9 years old. Wow. You can decapitate my beautiful now. Oh, ew, that's right. Ew. Ew, 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 my little hands are right. Ew, yes, ew, ew, I comment about spandex that hasn't happened before. I'm born. And Gloria Rizal just thinking, what does he do so that he doesn't kill himself and he doesn't kill us? And my dad said assisted suicide, not non-spandex. So they tried the non-spandex way. Like telling him everything, networking with or other jobs. Yung así me está tratando de matar y está robándome dinero. Y es una basura. So my dad made it happen for him to commit suicide in Switzerland if he wants to. Cuando él quiera, para que deje de estar abusando de mí y dándome dinero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's plenty of room available today. I understand. What else? What else? What else? What else? My sister and they want to compare notes todo lo que yo hacen con ella y lo que yo no me perdí de nada. Si el tipo es un puerco, una basura, porque no sé nada. Yeah, and he's very retarded, severely delayed intellectually. Yeah, he got out of diapers at the age of 13, 10-ish, 8. What else? What else? What else? So he's severely delayed. He's severely delayed. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, what the username on Facebook? Like the dude, I'm still here. Even the company when I got no, I read something political. You really understand marketing or branding either. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have confidence. So, you over to Catholic Charities. So, to get a second. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? If she hasn't seen them in decades, then I heard what pictures he should have on his profile. Some people were joking that I would take the picture where he looks like a telegraph. Like he stole my money to date him because I said that I'm taking myself on one day. Is it like a There's a here with this yeah, even though this much easier to some other person too.